morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and beautiful little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delicious. And that life is treating you most deliciously. So I'm just going to put my lights on, my delicious little babies, if you could just please bear with myself. 3, 2, 1, my juicy little lights. Oh, come on, little lights. Come on, shine bright. Come on, little light, shine bright. Oh, come on. We're having a party. We're having a party. Okay. So, yeah, they're on. They're on, my delicious babies now then. So, it is Friday the 13th of March, my delicious babies, 2026. Oh, gosh, I look a little bit windswept. And, yeah, we got a tiny bit of blue sky, but we got a lot of, from where there's the zums, they're sort of, let's just say, covering the clouds, okay, my delicious babies, but they seem to be going in lands today, okay, in our old England, in my brummy land, my delicious babies, okay. It's a little bit chilly. It's been trying to rain. I'm trying to get me a washing dry because I've got a problem with me a dryer at the moment, my delicious babies. But anyway, everything there we are is rocking and rolling. And I hope that wherever you are, my beautiful, delicious babies, that life is treating you most deliciously and that you've got, there we are, better weather than what I have. Okay, my delicious babies. Now then, so this is just a quick video today because my beautiful and delicious dear little friend Kaz has came. So good afternoon, my beautiful dear little friend Kaz. How are you today and how's your beautiful self, your beautiful family?
I'm all right. My family, them is all right.
Yes.
So cool.
Yes,
You know,
everything's cool.
Cool.
Okay. So, dear little Kaz, so like I said, I've invited you onto my video today. Okay, that doesn't mean no, by the way. I've invited you on my video today, so we just have a quick little natter about what's going on in the world. Okay, so we're only going to keep this video very short because later on, because I'm doing lunch at the moment, I've just made me beautiful dear little friend Kaz her broccoli soup. Okay, my delicious little baby, she absolutely adores the broccoli soup. So I've got one in the freezer and I've got another one ready for her. And then we're going to be having today a delicious lunch. So I just need to make this video, there we are, very quick. Okay, my delicious little baby. So we're just going to quickly have a quick discuss, okay, because I've got to go to me a psychic evening this evening and give out, there we are, a lot of readings, okay, in a very short space of time. So my beautiful dear little friend Kaz, what's your thoughts on what's going on in the world right now, please, sweet?
Well, the war
thank you.
Well, the war in Iran.
The war in Iran.
Well, now they blow up petrol, so petrol's gonna go up.
Yeah.
And normal petrols is 7p going up to 7 pence.
Yeah.
Or £7, whatever.
But it's a lot cheaper in Iran, isn't it? Because I've seen it
Iran,
on UK column with our dear Vanessa.
$48. It's cheaper in Iran and America.
Yeah.
It's cheaper.
So how come over here?
Over here is dear.
Yes.
I can't understand that.
I heard on another video, was it trending on Iconic? Oh, bless everybody, okay? Is it 1.89 for petrol right now in our old England?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's so much.
So like you're talking double the price, there we are.
$80 then saying that it's very dear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what's bringing up the prices.
Yeah.
That's why gas and electricity go up. And of course, buying stuff and everything, food and everything go up.
But my dear dad, he used to always use that word decades ago when something is dear. He never used to say, oh, it's ka-ching ching, whatever. He used to say, oh, that's dear.
Dear.
That's really dear. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, my dear dad used to say that decades ago, yeah. And so did me a beautiful dear little
because I hear my dad and my mom said everything's dear.
Yeah, everything's dear.
So,
you
sort of thing. But it's not fair, Carla.
But it's not fair. And the thing is as well, as you very well know, because, they're offering 150 to everybody for electric, to give you extra electricity. And I received mine.
I didn't get none.
Yeah, yes, you did. You received yours before the fake crimbo. I never.
Oh yes, I got mine early.
That's right. Yeah,
got mine early because I had mine last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I received mine just
that's
a
what I
few
told you.
days
So
ago.
you're supposed to get one. Yeah.
Anyway, so that's the electric sorted. And anyway, without using the dryer, it means that's going to save me some as well.
Oh yeah.
And I'd already put electric in there. So, but the gas, again, that's an issue, isn't it? But the fact of the matter is, but we got heating. There we are. We're rocking and rolling. We're cooking on gas. Yeah. So at the end of the day, that's fine. But what's the point I'm making? We have got, there we are, in April, something just came into my noddle out of nowhere. Come April, okay, so they're trying to, there we are, I've just got jiggy things, there we are, jiggy things around, okay, that's what I've just got, as I was just, it's just came to me. Yeah. So they're jiggying things around, my delicious little babies, but the fact of the matter is at the end of the day, there's no justification. This is taking a complete piss now.
Oh, geez,
for once, imagine and then anybody going to work in our old England, Madelish babies, imagine driving instructors, because driving instructors, they charge, that's just came into my noddle just out of nowhere. So driving instructors, okay, so they get the clients, yes, but the fact of the matter is they've got to put the juice into their machine, isn't it?
So that means
okay. So we got that.
Yeah.
Lorry drivers
to
get through there.
Costing them everybody.
Taxi drivers.
2,000.
Yeah. So you got lorry drivers, taxi drivers, you got ones who are working. You know what's just came into my noddle as well? Just out of nowhere. All of this is just coming out of haulage. Haulage, like to do with the all different industries. It's haulage. That's what I've just got. I just got haulage spelt out to myself. It's capital H and the rest is in little writing. But so you've got that much going on, Martish babies, not to mention mummies and daddies and carers and aunties, uncles, family members, grand nannies and dads, taking their little bairns to school, to nursery. They're ripping us, there we are, off. Bang, 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 big times. Okay, and that's what they're doing. It's like we pay the most gas and electric in the whole of the world.
But they expect you. They give it to you in one hand.
Yeah, it's like an Indian giver, yes. So that's not being racist. Anyway, I'm not even going to say it. Anyone who knows myself. Yeah. Right, the fact is, it's like an Indian giver. You give with the left and then you take back with the right. Yeah. And that's what they do.
Yeah. So it's no point.
Okay.
I mean, they tell us it's all right.
That's the old-fashioned saying.
Next month, everybody get a rise next month.
Yeah, but then you get a rise, but
it can't.
Yeah.
What's the point?
It's like wages. Yeah. It's like the wages are not going up.
No.
But the food, gas, electricity, petrol, diesel, everything now going up. Everything what we use
is going up.
Yes.
So that's why we can't afford anything.
Yeah.
And then you're going to hear strike. You're going to hear strike. People going to go on strike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They stop. And then you're going to hear the doctor's going to go on strike. The nurse is going to go on strike.
Yeah, because everything's going AR, which means that what they're trying to do is get rid of doctors and nurses and everything's AR, which means that you do not visit a doctor or a nurse. Basically, they just tell you everything, I should presume in a message or whatever. No, that is a crock of effing sharp, man. I mean, and let's not forget so many years ago, with the old jibby jab, what they've done. So they know full well what they've done.
You remember when you go to the doctors, you have to go and see the doctor in it.
Yes.
Not anymore. They'll ring you.
Yeah.
Right, because it costs too much money if you say you to go and see them.
I'm not so sure about that, dear little
I know,
Cass.
but what I'm saying is, say for instance, I want to go see the doctor.
Yes.
Like this morning, the doctor rang me this
Yes.
morning.
Yeah.
I didn't expect the call, but
Yeah. Yeah.
the doctor rang me this
Yeah.
morning instead of me going up there to see them.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Isn't it so? Hold on a minute. But my friend works at the hospital, and she says, Carol, they're not telling you to come up to the doctors no more
Yeah.
because it costs money.
Because yeah, but what they're trying to do, I'm not so sure about all that. What they're trying to do is eliminate. There we are, doctors and nurses. Okay, there we are, simple things. That's what they're trying to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, for myself, unless somebody's had the most serious, colossal, say, accident of some sort, okay,
Yeah.
and they really needed that help, which even these days we're not hearing about so many car crashes, we're not hearing about anything, whereas at one time, how many fires with the fire engines, how many accidents were there, but now you're not hearing about it.
No.
So what I believe, there we are, that they're doing, okay, because they want to eliminate, okay. So in other words, doctors, there we are, have served their purpose. So they're killed enough. They're disabled enough.
Yeah.
And for the odd surgeons, there we are, who do a good job, because from what I've been hearing over years, they haven't been doing such a good job at all, okay. Me and doctors and nurses do not get along. And you know that, my beautiful dear little friend Kaz. No, everybody knows it with myself, because what it is, there we are, I'm done telling them the way it is at the end of the day. And when you try to talk to others, okay, they're not interested in anything that I've got to say. Nobody's interested in watching my videos. There we are. Nobody's interested in nothing. They're not interested in learning. Okay. So there we are, simple thing. This is what's going on, okay? This is very serious. So for those in the world, which is true, my beautiful dear little Kaz, so those in the world who are pop a pill every 5 fucking seconds now, the fact of the matter is, okay, is that once they haven't got the doctors now, right, the doctors cannot see, there we are, what's going on. They were already put on. Do you remember at one time, decades ago, where you could go to the doctor? And let me tell you, at one time, I had a doctor, a marvellous doctor he was. He wasn't one to give pop a pill. My dad had decades ago, do you remember when I told you, had a mild heart attack, and anyway, and he had a real nasty, horrible cold with it anyway. And all our beautiful dear little doctor, not in that way, he was elderly at the time, he turned around and said, in any way, was he really elderly? This is a question, this is what we've got to ask ourselves. The fact of the matter is that he turned around to my dad and he said, good afternoon, mister, you know, and his name, surname. And he turned around and he says, just stick your head, not directly, but just over a steam kettle. He said, stick your head over that. He said, not fully, it's common sense, but, you know, and just get the steam up your nose. That's all you need to do.
All the, what do you call it? All the ingestions, you know, will come out.
Yeah, and my dad was in his, I'd say, well, how old was I? Well, he was 27 when I was born, so 37. I'd probably say he was in his early 40s when he had that mild heart attack. And anyway, no one could understand why. I mean, he wasn't. I do not mean this in the wrong way, my beautiful dear little Kaz, or to anybody else, my little babies. But the fact of the matter was, my dad wasn't overweight. He wasn't overweight.
You don't have to be overweight.
No, but what I'm saying is one's just naturally assumed if you're overweight or something, but he wasn't. He used to go playing football with us and doing, there we are, all sorts of things now then. Do you know what I mean? But something happened, because I said to him, I said, Dad, I said, are you all right? You know, I was only little. I was only young. And I said, are you all right, Dad? You know what I mean? And he said, I'm just not feeling very... And I knew he wasn't feeling very well because he never drank a cup of coffee. That's, there we are, how I knew he wasn't well. And I said, right. I said, I'm going to take you to the doctors. I'm going to frog march you there. That's what I said to him. There we are, at that young age. I said, I'm going to frog march you. Because from where we lived to the doctors was literally 5 minutes walk.
like myself.
Yeah,
Mine's is just
exactly.
around the corner like
That's
that.
right,
Yeah.
just like that.
Yeah.
And anyway, and but even our lovely dear doctor, he couldn't work out why my dear dad had that. But if we go back, and I've talked about this on my videos, but no one ever listens. But if we go back to where my beautiful dear little granddad, how I love him so, when he was in the Navy and when he was in the well, anyway, mainly the Navy, I'm talking about on this particular thing now, as we very well found out over decades, that these putrid and the little lackeys have been injecting the military, the Navy, with all that. So who's to say that that could not have been passed, there we are, to my dear dad? But actually, as it turns out, my dear dad, he's nearly 80 now, so he's living out just like me beautiful, I love her so, my beautiful dear little Nana Bear. Yeah, he's nearly 80, my daddy's.
I didn't think that, you know.
Yeah, he's nearly 80, my daddy's. Okay, so he's living out good innings, okay, but he went through that problem with his heart, and I'm convinced that my beautiful dear little granddad, okay, because my beautiful dear little Nana never believed in any vaccine, never believed in nothing, and I'm pretty sure she'd have found out, she would have hit the flipping roof. No, she was always sweetly spoken. You know that because you met my beautiful dear. She was very gentle, very beautiful. Okay, but let me tell you, when she slightly raised her voice, there we are. You knew. Do you know what I mean? And what my beautiful dear little Nana Bear used to say, she'd say, you know what, Carla? She'd go like this, lower. You know what I mean? I always say when someone lowers the tone,
you know,
you really know. Okay, and I do it if I'm very annoyed about something. Do you understand what I mean? Sometimes I can, there we are, lower my tone, and that's the time I feel to be concerned. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. But if she had to raise her voice slightly, she said, I'll come out blazing. But I bet that was going on then, all those decades ago, jibby-jabbing and experimenting, and that's what they did. I believe that.
They never tell them what
they never tell.
Done.
They just say, "Oh, you got to take this." But my beautiful dear, how I love him so, beautiful dear granddad, he would never tell my beautiful dear little Nana because he knew that she would go mad. Because my dad and his sister, none of them were ever vaccinated with anything. So it means that when I came into the world, and of course, my beautiful, how I love her so, my beautiful little Mama Bear, they would not have been vaccinated. So it meant that I come out, there we are, as a beautiful, you know, I do not mean that in that way, but I came out as a beautiful specimen, which means specimen, which means that at the end of the day, you know, I'm natural in my, do you understand what I mean? I'm not one of these to go pop a pill or jab. I'm just like, not one of those.
True, because just like my mum and dad, they never had no injection.
No.
That. So having me and Andrew, my mum, and the two of us, you know, my brother born 63, I born 60.
Yeah.
So there was no pills on.
There was none of this, all of this shite now.
You know, and my dad's really astonished, you know, saying injection for this, injection. He says he never take.
No, never take nothing, and that's the best way.
So you and he said me and Andrew is pure.
Yeah, you're pure.
It. He said, I never had no vaccination.
True.
No, nothing.
Never had, no.
But he says, as time go on, they invented.
But you see, but my beautiful dear little Nana, right, there we are, she used to drum it into my dad and his sister, you know. She did, and that's not a bad thing. And she said, no. Why does your body need something where you have natural immunity? And my beautiful dear little Nana Bear, bless her beautiful dear little soul, was 90 and a half when she passed. I'm never going to forgive these bastards or any of them for what they, I'm not swearing at you, I'm not swearing at you, my Tish babies, and you, my beautiful dear little friend Cass, and my beautiful dear little babies out there. No, but I'll never forgive these little bastards what they've done, okay? Ever. I'll never forgive. And I'll never forget, because I know that my beautiful dear little Nana Bear, there we are, would have had at least another 15 years on top of that.
Yeah.
Easy, man.
Easy.
Anyway, Martish, baby, so just before we leave the video, because like I said, it's not a long one, and if I have sweared, which I have, obviously, and, you know, so I don't mean that sarcastically, right? So I'm just in the, you know, just gets me vexed, you know what I mean? Because I could have still had my beautiful dear little Nana Bear. There we are, my Nana Bear with me. And very sadly, I lost my beautiful dear granddad. He was 62. He never even got to his fucking retirement, man.
His money, he didn't get no retirement money.
No, but no. Well, my beautiful dear little Nana, she received a pension every, you know what I mean, for that. But the fact of the matter is he never even reached, and he worked every. Oh, there we are. Sorry, everybody. I get wound up, and you know, remember the eagle there? Okay, I'm talking to you. There we are. You know who I'm talking to. Right? He never even got the chance to live out his retirement.
Never get a chance to live his life.
Never got the chance. No. But yet he worked every day, every night, isn't it? Yeah. And then these fuckers, what they want now, okay, they've been wanting this, there we are, long time, right? So what it is, they want everybody to work. They seem to forget what one put into the system. But they don't. And then once they want to collect the ka-ching pension, then they want to fucking eradicate.
Yeah, but look at
robbing fucking little bastards, man. Haven't done a fucking day's work in their fucking life. They wouldn't know the word work if it slapped them in the boat race with a soggy fish.
I mean, my dad's 93 this year, and he's been working.
He worked all his life.
Yeah, until he reached the age of he took an early retirement.
Yes,
because he put enough in the pension.
Exactly.
You know? And now my dad's 93 years old. You know what I mean? I mean, he's the eldest one for the
and he's got good innings. Yes. But what I'm saying is, my beautiful dear little Kaz, my beautiful dear little granddad, okay, he used to eat good food. There we are. He used to do everything. He used to ride his back. He refused to. He's a chief engineer. He's exceptionally to do with engineering, okay, and he used to ride his back because my beautiful dear little Nana Bear, she said, well, why don't you get a car, Tom? Because that was his name, Tom. Right? And he said, no. He said, I just want to ride back. That's what I want to do. He's happy riding his bike. Okay, so he wasn't going for the other option, even though cars are convenient and good to drive, but he wanted to ride back. If you would have given him a horse, he would have rode a horse. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? Okay, so that's the way he kept going. Yes, so how did he have a heart attack at 62?
Oh, no.
I never forget, you know. I never forget. And, you know, we were devastated, you know, as a family. And the old Bill come and knocked our door, you know, because me beautiful dear granddad now, he was chief engineer in a prison. And they come and at his funeral, because we was not allowed to go because my beautiful dear little Nana Bear, she never believed that little Ben should attend funerals. Okay, you know, if you're little like that, you shouldn't go. That's what she believed. Okay,
we're the same.
But let me tell you, the whole of the church was full. Outside was full because you're talking about my beautiful dear little granddad. He was a fisherman. And then when it all dried up because of these fuckers, right, when all that dried up, okay, prior to that he was in the Navy, okay, so he's doing all the engineering part. Then he was as a fisherman, and then he was a chief engineer in a prison, okay, so he knew it was colossal who he knew and who knew himself. And everybody loved my beautiful dear granddad. Do you know what I mean? But my beautiful dear little Nana Bear, this is the truth, you know, beautiful dear. Anyway, you know this already, my beautiful dear little friend Kaz, but our beautiful dear little babies don't know this. But you know, my beautiful dear little Nana Bear, you know, like how most have a wake. Yeah. So like when it's, you know, the service very sadly is finished, they usually go for refreshments. No. All at my beautiful dear little Nana Bear, bless her beautiful dear little soul. And let me tell you, there we are, full and plenty. So she could have easily accommodated everybody with refreshments, with everything, with food and drink. You know what? She just asked my dad, there we are, simple things. She just said, please take me home. She was that devastated.
She couldn't believe her husband.
She couldn't believe.
Yeah, couldn't believe her husband. passed away.
And that year they were meant to go to Rome. It had already been paid for, everything, because they used to go to Rome a lot. And they used to love France, Rome, Spain, like this. Okay, so they were not short on ka-ching, ching change ever.
No, because they planned their life to go where they want to go.
You know my beautiful dear little Nana Bear, right? She used to always say, she did, you know, Martha's baby. She used to say, you know, Grandad went and earned the money. Yes, okay. But she said he's not good at saving. She says, so I used to do the saving. Do you see what I mean? So that we could go anywhere. Do you see? Okay. But but she was devastated, and she stayed for the next, what was it, 33 whatever years on her own. She said there's never going to be another man, there we are, step through my front door ever. She said they're never going to be Grandad, they're never going to be Tom. She said, I loved him so much. I love him to my heart.
From school,
you see what I mean? They're just young. Yeah, they were together, and that's it.
Because she was 18, isn't it?
Yeah, but no, she wasn't when they met. When they met, there was younger. Anyway, the point of the matter is, no, there was none of that funny business going on.
No, not in
but
them days.
No, but they met one another, and then they courted. They do what you call courting. You know, and then that's what they did. But what I'm saying is, Martha's babies and our beautiful dear little friend Cass, is this, is at the end of the day, you know, it was a different laugh then. Everything there we are was completely different to what it is now. These days, one struggle, there we are, to keep a marriage together. You see, man is man, as you would always say, dear little Cass. And especially these other generations, I'm not saying all, but I'm saying for many, what they do is they seem to have what I call a room in our. No, they shouldn't be doing the things they're doing.
No, but they do.
Okay, and this is what they do. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, there we are, this is not good. Okay, it's not good for anybody. If somebody's living that life, no, you should never ever live like that. You see, if I was in a relationship, I've always been that way. I never ever stray. I never ever go with nobody else. No. If you're in a relationship, even if it's a bad relationship, you still stay in it. You know what I mean? You don't just say to yourself, okay, well, we're going through a bit of a hard time, so what am I going to do? Go to rumble in the jungle and sit in somebody else's bed now or lie down? I don't think so. You don't do things like that. What you should do, there we are, is work together. There we are, as a couple. You see what I mean? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But the fact of the matter is, there we are, at least you tried. You see what I'm saying? But decades ago, they stayed together. There we are, through thick and thin. That's the old-fashioned saying, isn't it? Dear little Kaz. Okay, so that's the fact of the matter, my little babies. And anyway, just one last thing I want to say to my beautiful, dear little friend Kaz. So she came through the door. And my beautiful dear little Ruby, because my beautiful dear little friend Cass, she loves having hats on. She loves hats, okay? She just loves hats, okay? But this one hat she's had on today, which is a beige colour. My beautiful little Ruby Tuesday, my beautiful little Maisie Moo, she wasn't taking much notice, but little Ruby, she just kept barking. And I said, where did you get that hat from? My beautiful dear little friend Cass, do you mind me telling him camera?
No, don't.
Okay, I said, so where did you get that hat from? And she said Temu, or Timu, whatever it's called. Timu, right? Timu. And I said, for some reason, I said, our beautiful little Ruse, I said, she don't like it. She's as quiet as a mouse now. But let me tell you, when you took, I said, just please take your hat off for a minute. I said, and see what little Ruse does. She stopped barking. I said, you pop your hat back on. She started barking. Okay, Martha's babies, I'm going to leave you with that, okay? So I said to my beautiful dear little friend Kaz, I said, look, please put your hat on. I said, because when you come to visit myself, it's not for myself to say to you to take your hat off, okay? And I said, so please put it on. But dear little Kaz, she said no. She said, oh, she don't want to upset little Rubes. And I said, but you know, you're not upsetting. It's just little Rubes, there we are, had an issue with it. Any other hats that my beautiful dear little friend Kaz has wore, little Ruse hasn't barked, no, nothing. It's something to do with that hat.
I don't know. I don't know where
it's over there, dear little cat. Do you want me to show it in the camera?
Yes, I don't know.
Could you? Is there any way that you could, please? Are you all right?
Yeah.
You get up, yeah?
I don't don't know.
Can you get up, dear little Kaz, please? I hope you don't mind, dear little Kaz, just so I can show him which hat it is, you know what I mean?
Oh, gosh. Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, just a walking stick. This is the hat, Martelish, look, baby, is this one? It's that one. Martelish, look, babies, this is the hat.
I don't know what's wrong.
And for whatever reason, little Rose does not like this hat.
And I got a black one.
And she's got a black one.
Yeah.
And she has so many hats. Dear little friend Kaz. She has so many shoes, so many hats, so many handbags, so many coats, so many. She has everything with everything. She just loves them.
I just love
Thank
clothes.
you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I just.
But I just thought I'd show you.
She's watching me, you know.
Yeah, she's watching the hats.
Yeah.
So there's something to do with this hat.
I don't know.
So she's gonna be off again in a minute.
She's off in a minute. No.
She's gonna be off in a minute. It's just even looking at that hat. There's something about it.
I'll put it on. Oh, that's like
no. But you can if you want to. But
I can if I want to. But I don't want to upset my little friend.
Yeah, I don't want to upset my little friend because my beautiful dear little friend Cash, she said, oh, my beautiful dear little bear's a beautiful dear little. She said, oh, I'm going to have to, she be beautiful little Ruby, beautiful little mares, be beautiful little friends. That's what she says. You see what I mean? Anyway, and very lastly, so we went on a bus ride today. I never told you this because you just walked through the door straight and I just had to. Anyway, we went for a bus ride. Oh, gosh. I was trying to get her on the bus. Because I needed to change my phone charger because I'm having not many flipping problems. Anyway, that charger's all right, thankfully.
She don't like it.
Oh my life, she was shaking on the bus. She was shaking. She hated it. And then when we were just about to get off, then on the way back, I got on the bus. Anyway, I think she was like, she still wasn't, you know what I mean? But I said, come on you get.
Yeah.
Anyway, this woman, bless her, it looked like she was a little bit out of it. She was Asian, bless her.
Okay.
She just seemed a bit, she kept saying, I said, would you like all-day ticket? I said, I've got an all-day ticket. You can have it. You know what I mean? So it means you can jump from one bus to the next, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, and she kept saying, baby girl, and she was talking to me, okay? Everybody else on the bus was like, oh gosh, we've got another flipping header, you know what I mean, okay? But I said, the point is, sweet, I said, you've now got a day ticket, which cost me £5.20, and each time there's a like writing of like each time when I go on, like what was it? Yes, was it yesterday or the day before? It said used. Yeah, there's quite a few users in the world, isn't there? Our delicious dear little friend Kaz and our delicious, beautiful little babies out there. Do you know what I mean? There's lots of users in there.
I tell you.
Yeah.
I haven't been on the bus since 1993.
Yeah, 1993. So that is, you know, I mean, I was 20 then. Yeah. And anyway, I'm not old now. Anyway, my beautiful dear little, and you're not old either. Now, my beautiful dear little friend Kaz, is there anything else you'd like to say? Because we're gonna be over and out.
No, it's just that they're trying to stop the war. They're trying to stop it.
Yeah.
We can't see. Listen, they start something and they can't finish it.
Yes, yeah, but at the same time, it's all by design, isn't it?
Very.
It's like you have to look at where it was 100. Was it 100? There was one figure that came out 165 girls who apparently in the school in Iran, you know, they all passed away. Okay, I'm not saying what's happening, I'm not saying what's not, but I'm just looking at numbers. So 6 and 5 is 11 plus 1 is 12. I'm going to leave that with you all, Martish babies. I'm not saying what's what, I'm just pointing something out. Now then, so would you like to say goodbye, my beautiful dear little
toodaloo. Bye-bye.
Oh, thank you for joining me today.
That's fine.
No, thank you, because every now and again, this is what my beautiful dear little Kaz and my dear self do, okay? So wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, afternoon or evening, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, my little honey bunnies. Sending peace, love, harmony and bright blessings to each and every one of you. And may your beautiful, and as our beautiful dear little Kaz said, just give God thanks, okay? And you know, for myself, I call him a creator, our creator. Okay, everybody has a different view, okay, because as we very well know, that religion has been one of the worst, you know, that was ever invented. Okay, Martin Space, that's just my view. I'm a woman with a view. There we are. I shall have my effing view, and that's my view. So thank you so very much for any views, for any likes, for the occasional comments. How I love you all so. You're all beautiful, wonderful, delicious, and I love you. okay? And sending peace, love, harmony, and bright blessings and protection. There we are for each and every one of you who are watching. There we are, my video today. Okay, my delicious babies, please take care of yourselves now then, and please try to take care of others, because we are in a bonkers, crackers, and crazy world, okay? But we just got to keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep those wheels rolling. I'm going to keep shining those lights. Shining those lights. Shining those lights.
You changing it.
Yeah, they're larger.
Larger.
They're larger because the light's not shining opposite my flat. But we're going to keep these lights shining, my little honey bunnies. Anyway, so they're very heavy, you know, around my neck.
You can see.
Anyway, yeah, lots of lights, you know, but they're very heavy, but we're just going to keep going. Anyway, keep wearing this colour. Take care, my little beautifuls. Remember, red, red wine. It's up to you. You be 40, my babies. What year was that? Lots of love. Take care. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.